May have only had an episode with Belinda, but I'm really warming to her. The first thing which was a breath of fresh air to see was the duo between Belinda and the Doctor, and more specifically seeing Belinda challenge the Doctor. Sadly, I missed a lot of this with Ruby, and I feel like with Ruby, the Doctor was kind of like, hey, I've got a time machine, let's go and explore. Do you like it? Yeah, I love it. And sort of, he sort of pulls the wool over her eyes. I'm not saying the Doctor's a bad person, but Ruby was very, very easily convinced to go and travel, and she got a key pretty early on, and those are basically both sorted. Which did wreck her character development, which we'll get into later. But she challenges the Doctor by saying stuff like, I'm not one of your, not just a woman who you can just come and take and go and explore, and I'll easily say yes. The charm doesn't work with me. And this adds layers to the Doctor and Belinda's relationship, because you can see hints of her warming to him, but at the start she's not interested in just sort of becoming friends and trusting the Doctor, which I like, and it makes it feel more realistic. Another thing is, which sort of leaks in, is that she stands up for herself. I think I get Martha vibes. I've said that in my review, where Martha could be quite sort of rude and fiery in a good way, as is Belinda is being. She's written and she seemed like a very strong, independent character who doesn't need the Doctor. And she accepts his help, and they do get on, but stuff like, well, I'm just the Doctor, well, I'm just the nurse, so like, if you're not going to give me your proper name, or just give me like a name like that, I'll just give you a name like that. She's got the sassiness which will bring the Doctor's sassiness out more, or the Doctor will go out and retreat. It's great. This is great for the Doctor to have someone completely different to Ruby. He can't just flash his TARDIS around and everyone's wooed by it. He's got to work for her. He's got to work for it to be liked by Belinda. Another thing is, she is funny, and this isn't exactly the script that she's given, more just her vibe, which some actors do just bring by their own appearance and their actions they take, but she's kind of got this dry sense of humour, and the way she's even interacting with the robots in the first few minutes, the comments about the dead cat, stuff like that is a breath of fresh air. And again, gives me Donna vibes. She sort of does give me a little bit of Donna, a little bit of Martha, and a little bit of Bill. You could probably argue every little bit of companion will give you a little bit of everything, but she gives me all three of them in different ways. The backstory about her life, this is what I really feel like I missed with Ruby. Even though we got her family, we saw more of her family, the backstory is more sort of aimed at her foster mum, who was fostering all these children. With Ruby, I didn't really feel like I learnt a lot from her. With Belinda, we know that she's a nurse. We know that she's got a mum and dad. We know from comments like, well, I've got to be back on Monday morning. I've got a shift at the hospital. She cares about her job. So we sort of get the morals that she stands for, what she wants in life, what she enjoys in her life. Only a little bit, but remember, this is an introduction, so we get a lot for an intro. Yeah, wanting to get back home, I feel like, is something which we sort of miss a lot with companions. Right at the beginning, I mean. It's kind of like, oh, let's go on an adventure. We go on the adventure, I'm tired now. With Belinda, it's like, no, I don't want to be here at all. She mentions about, what about my mum and dad? What about my parents? People will notice that I've gone. She's thinking like a normal person would, I'd imagine, or some normal people would, that they can't just leave their lives. And that makes the audience connect with her more. We sort of understand where she's coming from. That she's proud of her job being a nurse. She is changing and saving lives. And she's proud of that, and she wants to get back to that. So again, Russell T Davies is very, very good at family drama. It's just, she feels very much better written than Ruby. And I feel like with Ruby, sadly, when you take away the sort of who is her mother, the whole mystery box around who's her mother, where does she come from, what character plots have you really got? Like, what have you really got with her left? I sound like I'm really just ripping her apart. I'm not. But if you're comparing, I'm starting to notice now that Ruby was poorly written or underwritten. And yeah, her acting, I feel like you can tell she's older, more mature, and her acting has layers as well to her performances. She shows an array just in the first episode, and I feel like there's a lot of room for character development there, which is great. That's exactly what I want to see, and I get the vibe that there are character decisions which she's going to have to make throughout the series, which could change her. And that's not saying that them character decisions changing means she's going to start loving the Doctor again, but things that will make her look a little bit different, which will grow her. But for an opening episode, she's been grown out pretty well. And her performance was absolutely amazing. So those are my thoughts about Belinda. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Sorry for any Ruby Sunday fans out there. I do like her. It's just Belinda is just outright. She is a better actress, but that does just come down to age. Like Millie Gibson, I was only watching her in Coronation Street a few years ago, you know, and but she's literally she's like in 20, something like that, and Verada is a lot older. So I think a lot of it comes down to age as well, but I'm very, very excited, and of course we will be seeing Ruby. Let's not forget, we will be seeing her throughout this series, so we'll see how she is. Now she's in kind of not the Doctor's companion anymore. She feels maybe a little bit more independent. She's working for UNIT, I believe, so there's a bit more sort of I feel a little bit like with the Martha situation, we're going to see a different side to Ruby. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're new to the channel, you like to subscribe and give this video a like, and I'll see you all very, very soon.